Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The reason that I'm talking to you on this, I guess I'll call it the radio version of Facebook. I'm watching First Take and stuff right now, but I just want to tell people good morning and specifically, talk about Special Olympics and those who participate like me. I know that sometimes people may question or ask, why am I in Special Olympics? I know several people even at the event ask about it, and I guess for those people who may have, good morning, who may have a Facebook page, I guess listen up. People did question and ask, but I am visually impaired. As you can see, I'm the only one out here wearing those goggles on my face because I have to be able to see. My glasses are prescription. They're not, some fashion. I have to be able to see. A lot of people out here did not wear glasses because they don't have vision problems. I do. So I'm trying to, just get people to understand that I participate in Special Olympics. I have since I was a kid. I had overheard this lady talking, and she was questioning another man and asking him and why I was here, because it didn't look like anything was wrong with me. There was a lot of people out there that physically, that's why they have a unified division within Special Olympics, because people who have no disabilities are also allowed to play alongside those like me who, may not be missing a leg or an arm, but I have a visual impairment, so I can run and like what you see here in this picture. But Special Olympics, I've been in Special Olympics all of my life, or most of my life. I've been in it since elementary school, since I can remember, all the way back to TC Wildman. I remember when they had field day. I don't know if anybody remembered that when you were in school, where you had field day and you had to kick the jug down the down the field, those kinds of things when you were in school. Well, Special Olympics had stuff like that too, for people, and Special Olympics is a great organization, but I've been participating in it since I was a kid. I also just want to let people know, if you do have a disability and you're visually impaired like me, don't listen to people tell you can't do something, because if I would listen to people tell me that I'm not supposed to play sports, then I would be sitting up here looking like a dummy. And I just want people to know and be excited that whatever you have wrong with you, that you can do something. Don't let somebody tell you because you have a vision problem that you cannot do something. Or, like in my case, I was told by several people that I probably would not be able to do anything because of my vision. Or, technology, glasses, there are things out there that can make stuff possible for you to be able to see. And if you're willing to spend the money, and I'm willing to spend the money on whatever I can, so I can see. The goggles that I have on my face, they're also shatterproof, one, so I don't get poked in my eye, and so I can see, and they reflect the sun. So that's another reason that I wear those. And I definitely appreciate being a part of flag football. And again, this guy chasing me right here, I was the only girl out there. Hey, how you doing? How's everybody? But I had so much fun in San Antonio and playing. But I just, try to get things out there for people who may question why I'm in Special Olympics. I don't know if those folks have a Facebook page or not, but if they listen, I've been in Special Olympics since I was a kid, and you can ask my family or anybody else, they'll tell you that I've been in Special Olympics since elementary school. My vision will not change. Hello to you. My vision will not change, and to have a surgery, could cost a lot of money. And even so, the insurance will take care of a lot of that and stuff, but I was even told by a doctor that the surgery might not work. So why would someone want to spend $30,000 and the surgery might not work? That's stuff that people need to understand, that not all disabilities could be fixed. And I I don't think that God makes mistakes, but the world does. That's why they try to correct what they call an impairment. And so if I could fix an impairment, then I would do that, but I can't. So, and I can't. And so, well, with today's technology, they just don't have the ability, good morning to everybody, to fix my vision. That's what I'm talking about as far as with why I'm in Special Olympics, and some people uh, who may question that or may ask why. And I just want to make sure I'm clear and precise when I talk to people, especially on this, about my disability and how I function. I don't ask to be visually impaired. I don't want to be visually impaired. I didn't sign up to be visually impaired. I do what I can to see. And if there's a surgery that comes along to help me, then by golly, I'll take it. Right now, they don't have it. The only surgery that they do have is promising not to work. It might not work. So the word might not is scary when you talk about dealing with your vision and your brain. So I'm not going to mess with my vision. I'm fine with what I got. But I just, for those who question, why am I in Special Olympics, or are you disabled, or what's wrong with you, or whatever, I just try to keep it real and keep it straight, because there was a lot of people there asking me at Special Olympics Texas why I was there. And I'm there because I am visually impaired. Good morning to everybody. I am there because I am visually impaired. Repeat that again. I am at Special Olympics because I am visually impaired. And my vision cannot be fixed with today's technology. If they tried, it would kill me. So that's another thing I cannot risk, is dying. So there are certain disabilities that you cannot fix. And it doesn't matter how advanced we get. You just can't fix some stuff. I'm sorry. And never will be able to fix some stuff. Because if they could, then I would probably be able to see better, see 2020. But I do what I can in my life to not make excuses. But when it comes to certain other things, even employment, I try to speak up and do what I can. But a lot of companies, man, they ain't going to have somebody stand over you and help you and this and that. And that's why it's critical that programs like Social Security and that they exist. I know I'm kind of going a little bit off of the flag football, but I want to talk about that because there are people, too, with disabilities that will never be able to have a job. There are people who have severe disabilities that will never work. And Republicans talk about shutting down these programs, and they don't want them to exist. And it's not just Republicans. People in general do not want these programs. They do not want programs to help anybody that's disabled. And it's sad because those people will never be able to have a job. There are people who will never be able to work. Special Olympics also is a good outlet for me because there are other organizations that I've participated in. I've even played, like I said, football and all that stuff. But a lot of those people out there did not have a disability. It seemed like I was the only one out there, and I don't want to be sitting on the sidelines if I'm physically athletic. That just doesn't work. And I want to be able to run and jump and do stuff like everybody else. I don't want to be told, well, you can come in the fourth quarter or whatever. Like when I was playing basketball, the first time I remember I went to the YMCA and went there and, a lot of dudes, and anyway, just, in general don't like women playing with them. A dude told me that straight up at the YMCA in downtown Fort Worth. Very sexist up there. I just keep it real. But, when I showed them that I could play basketball and that I was different, very masculine, then from that day forward, the males never said anything to me. After that, it was women. And women are very judgmental and very piercing in the stuff that they say. And it hurts. I do not have that problem with men judging me like that. Men, they kind of want to see what you about. Women, and they judge you before they ever see what you about. It's like, well, dudes think different than women. They tell you get on out there and, see what you got. Okay, cool. Women, they don't let you see what you got. They just judge you straight off the bat. And the person that told me that I would never be able to run or do sports or do anything was a female, not a man, a woman. It tells me that I can't do something because I'm visually impaired. Not a man, a woman. And so for those who have disabilities, or if you're on a program or whatever it may be, just don't give up. You can do whatever you want to in life, and don't let somebody tell you any different. Today, also, the weather's going to be nice for those who, if you want to go on the lake, I'm sure they'll have boats and stuff that you can rent. Temperature today is going to be about 81 degrees, so again, there's no excuse to be inside today. It's beautiful. San Antonio, when I was up there, it was certainly beautiful, and that's another thing. I liked San Antonio. It was beautiful out there, and everybody there was helpful, and that's something that to be proud of. A lot of those people out there in San Antonio were very, very helpful. But back to Special Olympics and why I think programs like this are crucial. Again, I've been in Special Olympics since I was a kid. And why I think just multiple programs are crucial, like Social Security, like, disability and other programs that tie into that are crucial. Medicaid and Medicare, especially for people with disabilities, they're not able to go get a job. They're not able to go drive a truck. A lot of jobs won't hire Down syndrome people to operate machinery. They won't hire you to cut metal. They won't hire you to lay flooring. They just won't do that. So, when you hear Republicans on TV talk about they don't want these programs, or that the programs should be shut down because they're a waste of money, you essentially telling people like me that to take a chance with my life and essentially have an operation that could possibly kill me, which I'm not doing that. And you also tell people with disabilities that they're not worth it, and that they don't have the right to have a job. Because if people with disabilities could get a job, then they wouldn't need Social Security. I talked to a lady. I was talking to a woman at Special Olympics. Because I was at the flag football tournament. That's what you see there. And me and her talked about stuff like that. And she told me. She said there is, nothing wrong with you as far as mentally. I told her, no, ma'am. I said, I understand stuff. I said, I get you. I said, I hear you. I understand, programs and Special Olympics and how it's, an intricate part of people's lives, including mine. Because there are a lot of sports organizations that won't let people with disabilities play. Tackle football, some of these leagues, if you tell them you're visually impaired, they might not let you play. Because, I know when I played for Arlington Impact, they let me play. But they also knew that I was serious about being in good physical condition. And I try to be in good physical condition due to the fact that I am visually impaired. Everybody else that you don't have a disability, what's your excuse for being out of shape? Especially for the people sometimes that sit around and talk about me, they can go to hell. Because I don't got time for judgmental ass people, especially females. I do not have problems like that with no dude. Sometimes, but not often. Dudes are a little bit different, and they come like this. Dudes, straight up tell you, hey, if you're a woman, dudes are they want you to prove yourself, if that makes sense. It's like the show me state. Dudes are like the show me state. Just show me, can you do it? If you can do the work, whatever. Then that's what I'm talking about. Thumbs up. That's how dudes think. Women, hell no. Why you dressed like that? What has nothing to do with the job you came in here for. I remember when I came to FedEx and they had a sign and there was some stuck up lady and she, why you dressed like this? You're a woman. I said, well, I don't want to wear women's clothes. This is why women have problems with dudes, because you're too damn judgmental with people, and you end up wonder why you lonely. Women, because men ain't trying to hear that judgmental ass stuff. Don't no man want to hear, why you dress like that? Well, no, if a female want to dress the way she want to, amen, then you let her dress the way she want to. I'm a very masculine person, but I have a man. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think you should be able to dress the way you want to. You shouldn't have to, deal with some judgmental ass woman that's going to be mean to you. And I know there were several women when I was at Special Olympics. They was giving me the ugly look. And I know that look. And that look is... And the look that they gave me was an ugly ass look. And the girl turned around in the women's bathroom and told me, she said, you shouldn't be in here. This is women for you. Women always think you're going to do something to them or hurt them, or if you look different, or if you look like, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm okay with the way I dress. I'm all right with it. But don't, you don't have to yell at me or tell me I can't come in here because I'm a female. Well, you don't look like it. Well, you're taller than everybody. That has nothing to do with anything. And that is why women sometimes find themselves lonely, because dudes ain't trying to hear that stuff. And a man ain't trying to hear people be judgmental. And all my life, it's mostly been women who have been so judgmental and telling me because I'm visually impaired or this or that, or because of the way I dress that I'll never have a man, or because I'm visually impaired that I'll never be able to do sports. Women have told me that, not no man. That is why I thank God for dudes. That is why I thank God that I told somebody under no circumstances would I ever live with a female. Not doing that again. Because I end up in prison. Women are too damn judgmental. I stayed at a place that was an all-women's facility for over 3 years. 2 or 3 years, whatever the case may be, the YWCA, and it was some women that stayed there that were very judgmental. And they didn't allow men to come up there. So I was glad when that program was over because I wanted to, I wanted a man. I ain't bye. My desire is to live with a dude because I'm not trying to hear the stuff that women gotta say. They're too damn judgmental and hurtful and spiteful and tell you can't do something, and you can. But it's critical for those with disabilities to know that there are people out there that do care about you and want you to succeed. And hopefully programs again like Social Security can be around for people like me and others who never signed up to be disabled. Did God make a mistake based on society? Yeah. Because if I wasn't visually impaired, who knows what job I could obtain. I could probably drive heavy equipment since I'm masculine. That's what I would like to do. I don't do feminine jobs. I'm not doing that. I don't do women's jobs. I don't like doing that. I'd rather dig a ditch before I work in an office. I'm sorry, work in an office, because women are too judgmental. I just don't have time for that. I don't. I prefer male jobs. They ain't trying to sit up there and, but, women say, well, they don't want to work around dudes. I ain't never had no problem with no dude trying to be crazy or do nothing crazy to me. I ain't never. Shit, I'd rather work in a warehouse before work around a bunch of women because they are too judgmental and hurtful and tell you that you can't do something because you're disabled. And and men, guys are different. And that's why I like dudes, because God made a man. And men and women, they think different. But when you a woman and you're masculine, then some dudes, they ain't with all that. But I found a man that they don't care, because at the end of the day, it does not matter. Because if you are happy with who you with, then it doesn't matter. Because good morning to everybody. Because God created, I believe, people to be happy, because God is not a God of fear or doldrum. God is not a God of fear or doldrum. And I just feel like in life sometimes that folks can feel like that they are down in life, and you are not. You can do anything that you want to. I have, and I try to prove that every day. That's why I take pictures like what you see here of me catching this ball, because when I caught that ball, I was telling one of the people, when they had took the break after this play, I said, well, a lot of women always have judged me all my life and told me I couldn't do stuff. or that I shouldn't play basketball because because stupid stuff. And that's another reason that I just prefer to I don't know. I just prefer to play sports, with men, because women can be judgmental. I remember even when I played for Arlington Impact, there was a woman on that team. She got removed from the team by the coach. I don't even remember the lady's name, but the teammates will know because they know what I said. And I said, well, she needs holy water on her in the Bible. They remember me saying that, okay? Because the lady was so vitriol and mean to me. And I remember that stuff. And I don't forget ever how people treat me. If you treat me like crap, I'm going to remember it for the rest of my life. For the rest of my days of my life, for people who treat me like crap. And I don't hold it in, this bitterness. I'll forgive you, and that's, God says to forgive and let go, and I forgive people and those who may have, felt any kind of way, whatever the case may be about my disability, but God does not make mistakes, and I just want people to know that this morning, that you can do anything that you want to, like me. If you have a disability, I don't know what that may be, it could be visual, mental, whatever, just don't let people tell you can't do stuff. And there are plenty of programs that people with actual disabilities can sign up for so that they can get help that they need. You can also call 211-TEXAS on your phone for those with disabilities or anybody really, and find out about resources throughout the great state of Texas and sign up. There are too many programs out here for people to be homeless, broke, or what have you. But I also know that God doesn't make mistakes either. Society thinks that God makes mistakes, but he doesn't. As far as when it comes to disabilities. That's why society calls it a disability. God doesn't. Because God knows what he created in the beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. He knew what he created. And so that's how I feel about my life, because there's no technology really that's going to fix my vision. It's just what it is. I don't know what to do about it. I can't do anything about it, but society probably wants me to do something about it, but I don't know what to do. And surgery, they just don't have the technology right now. So I'll ask folks this question. Do you think that God makes mistakes, yes or no? Or do you think society judges what they call so-called mistakes or errors? Maybe those questions can be answered. But in my life, I'm happy with my life. I'm thankful for everything that I have. Good morning, everybody on here. I'm thankful for everything that I have. Everything. And I know that life for a lot of people, I'm sure it is excellent right now. I hope it is. I hope that where you live, I hope that you are able to have fun and live life no matter if you're disabled or not. I also once again want to say thank you to the folks at Special Olympics Texas, the Stars Soccer Field Complex, the security and everybody who kept us safe out there in San Antonio, Texas, to all the people who put up tables and picked up trash, and kept that place clean. Thank you so much. I also once again shout out to the folks at the hotel. Because they had an air conditioner, one of these air conditioner units. I had no idea how to use it. So shout out to them for helping us figure out how to turn on the AC, because I didn't know. Yeah, I don't deal with that kind of stuff. I don't. So, but shout out to everybody that was helpful up there in San Antonio. And I just want people to remember this. No matter where you're at in your life, you can do something. And you don't have to be a person that feels that life is hopeless, because it isn't. No matter what your disability, or if you don't have a disability, life is always good. No matter what, and be thankful that you are alive each day. And with Christmas coming up around the corner, also remember the reason for the season is Jesus Christ, for those who choose to believe. And for those who don't believe, it's just another day. And everybody in America, again, has a choice to believe in what they want. But for those who do believe, remember the reason for the season. I also pray for people who may be going through hardships, no matter what that may be. I also pray for you. I also ask that God watch over people this holiday season and beyond. I also hope that people have a good New Year's and be safe. I know this year is coming to an end, and it's been a lot certainly to think about. And I know in my situation it has been a lot to overcome, including all of my life being disabled. But I know year after year that God does not make mistakes. But I also know that nothing is perfect. But I know that things can get better, whether that's through technology or just through society. I pray that things get better for all people. I hope that everyone, you have a great day. You get outside, play sports, have fun. The temperature today, projected on the news, they said it's going to be about 80 degrees, 81. So it's going to be a beautiful day to go out on the lake and have fun. And it's going to be a great day even to go swimming. So I hope that all of you guys do that. God bless everybody. And you have a good rest of your morning, or rest of your morning. It's after 10 o'clock, so it's 10:29. So I hope y'all have a good rest of your morning, Dallas Fort Worth. You have a good one.